Hi, hello everybody, how are you all doing today? I'm trying to get my camera straight so it's at a pretty good angle, but we're gonna have to work with this, guys. We're gonna have to work with this. So how is everybody doing today? Welcome all in my Facebook group. As I said, from now on I'm going to be doing all my lives only in my Facebook group, and trust me guys, you're going to be getting some jewels. So if this is your first time joining in my group, I'd like to welcome you to my group. Right, if you've already been here, thank you for your support, for engaging in my posts. As I said, I want this community to be highly engaging. I want you to be able to come to this group and get some type of education, be entertained or get some type of empowerment. Okay, if you're feeling low or if you need a little bit of motivation, you can come in this group and you will find a post that's going to give you that bit of empowerment. Or if you're feeling a bit low and you just want to have a little smile, you can come in here and there's something that's going to make you smile. Or if there's some information you need to find out, you'll come in here and you will be educated. Okay, so those 3 E's are the whole point of my group. So I'm not sure if anybody's going to join me today, as I said, but as you know, these videos will be up forever. They're never going to go down, and I don't take them down after 30 days. I leave them up. So today, guys, what I wanted to talk about was 5 things that successful people do on a Sunday, right? On a Sunday that help them to be more successful. So 5 things productive people do, should I say, that helps them to be more successful, in them achieving their goals, okay? So they tend to build these habits, routines and systems. Myself, I like to call them rituals. I just feel like they sound more sacred, okay? But they like to build these habits and, as I said, routines and systems that help them to become more successful. Now, this may be a person who's in business, entertainment, it could be art or sports. Those people who are really successful, they tend to do these 5 habits on a Sunday to help them reach their goals. And now, guys, it doesn't take long. It can take anywhere from between 30 to 60 minutes, and after that you can spend the whole Sunday doing whatever you want, having fun, spending time with family, just relaxing. So it doesn't have to take that long, okay? So let's start with sharing these 5 habits that the productive people do. The first thing they like to do is set goals, okay? Now, what people tend to do is set these long-term goals, whether it's like a year or 3 years or 5 years time, they want to achieve certain goals. But what happens is people don't stay consistent in their action to be able to achieve these goals. So the way around that is to break these goals down into more bite-sizable chunks. Now, if you break your goals down into, say, weekly goals and monthly goals, and then down again, if you break them down from monthly goals down to weekly goals and then even daily goals, you can start to take consistent action towards getting these goals, and they will help you to be more productive and more successful. If you're more productive, it's going to lead you to your success, okay? So yeah, setting the goals. So what you really want to do is set like 1 to 3 goals for the week ahead, and really be specific about those goals. So when you be specific about your goals, it just helps you to monitor the goals and make sure you're achieving them and see where you are in alignment with achieving them, okay? So you can use a system called the SMART system when it comes to goals. If you don't know about that, then Google it. We're not talking about SMART goals today, but it's called SMART goals, and it's a system that can help you to achieve your goals. It helps you to be more precise and more specific with your goals as well, so you know exactly what it is you want to achieve. And as you start to build this goal achievement system, you will start to achieve these more long-term goals, okay? So that's habit number 1, is setting your goals and making sure you're breaking your goals down into quarterly, monthly, weekly and daily goals, and that will help you to stay consistent when it comes to achieving your more long-term goals. So you want to set 1 to 3 goals for each week that are going to take you more towards that long-term goal, okay? So that's the second thing that productive people do, or successful people do, to make sure they are successful. Okay, the second thing they do is plan the week ahead, guys. Plan the week ahead. I've got some notes here, but I think I've written them in a bit of a weird way, okay? So they plan their week ahead, plan their upcoming week. And by doing this, you kind of provide more clarity and more structure to your week. Guys, let me tell you another thing. So I'm looking at this camera, it's a bit weird because I've switched the camera around because people said, you know, if you film in panoramic, I think it is like widescreen, it just makes it easier for people to watch. So at the moment, I'm not quite sure where the camera lens is. Is that it there? It's there. I think it's there. Okay, so I'm gonna look over here. It's so funny, but I'm just watching the screen. But guys, that's not I'm talking to you guys. It's not about where I'm looking. It's about what I'm saying. It's about the message that I'm bringing to you today. Okay, so yeah, so by planning your upcoming week, it's going to help you to be more productive and give you more clarity and more structure to your week. And by doing that, it helps remove things like procrastination, because when you've got clarity and structure to your week, it's going to help you to achieve these goals that we've just been talking about. Okay, these weekly goals that you're setting up, it's going to help you to achieve those goals. And who was it that said something like Abraham Lincoln said, you know, if you give him 6 hours to chop down a tree, he is going to take 4 of those hours and use those 4 hours to sharpen the axe. What he's talking about is preparing himself, making sure that he is well prepared to chop down that tree. So what you want to do by planning your week ahead, you are making sure you are well prepared to achieve those goals that you have set, okay? So you can plan your week. As I said, it will give you structure, it brings clarity, and it's going to remove the procrastination. And what I tend to do is that I like to plan my mornings around my biggest tasks that I need to do, and make sure that I'm not distracted, okay? Because I have most of my energy in the morning. So I plan my mornings so that they have no distractions, and that way I can hit my biggest task that I need to do in the morning. And what we call that, some people call it eating your veggies first or eating the boiled frog. I have got an old video somewhere which is called about eating the boiled frog, which is actually about doing the tasks that you don't really want to do, the biggest tasks, the tasks that can seem sometimes a little bit overwhelming. Get them done first while you've got all your energy there in the morning. And so that then you can, the rest of the day just becomes a breeze, just becomes easy, all right? Because you've done all your biggest tasks, you've got your biggest projects out of the way, okay? So the next thing that highly productive people do is on their Sundays, okay? And these don't take long, guys. It's just a few minutes. Like I said, you can do everything within the hour. The next thing they do is like to review the previous week, guys, okay? So reviewing your previous week is really important because it kind of shows you can reflect back on what went well, what didn't go so well, okay? So that you don't need to keep doing things that are not working for you, and the things that are working for you, you know, you can take strength from that and keep doing that and stop the things that are not working so well, okay? It's going to save you days, months, save you days, weeks and months of hard work, of doing things that are not really working, okay, by reflecting on the things that you have got. Someone's just joined me online, whoever that is. Thank you for joining me. And today we're talking about 5 things that highly productive people do on a Sunday. Yeah, so you can reflect back on, you know, what can be done better, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and what can be done better, okay? So I have 6 reflective questions that I like to ask myself every Sunday. I'm going to share one of them here with you, 2 of them. So the first one I ask myself is, did I achieve my weekly goals? And if no, why didn't I achieve them? And if yes, then what went well? The second question I ask is, what activities, what products, people or actions have contributed to the biggest majority of my results this week, okay? And I've got 6 questions here, guys, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this as a free gift. If you want some reflective questions to really, you know, reflect back on the week and find out what your strengths were and your weaknesses were, and, you know, to get rid of the weaknesses and focus on the strengths and try new things to see what's working for you, these 6 reflective questions are absolutely amazing. So you can sit down on a Sunday and it takes about 15 minutes to reflect on how your previous week went. So if you want those, let's put a message in the comments, say, you know, reflective questions, say yeah, whatever it is, or you can DM me privately. Oh, excuse me, I forgot to put on my do not disturb. So yeah, you can reflect. You can I get those 6 reflective questions, and just DM me privately or put in the comments below that you would like to have a copy of the reflective questions, and I'll get those to you. Okay, so the fourth thing that highly productive people do on a Sunday is journaling. Now, I love journaling. You know, I think it's super powerful, and it's really good for us to get all those thoughts that are going around in our head, to get them out onto paper. And by doing that, you know, a lot of the time we have a lot of mental chatter, we have a lot of worry going on. By getting it all out onto paper, we give our mind and our brain some mental clarity. And by freeing up that space and freeing up that energy, because when our thoughts are going 10 to the dozen, it actually takes a lot of energy. But by getting those thoughts out onto paper and freeing up that mental energy, now you're allowing for yourself to get some good ideas that can come in, the downloads of these amazing ideas that can come in. And what you can do as well is journal these ideas that you're getting. And if you think that one of the ideas, you know, a couple of ideas are really good ideas, you can even set some goals around those ideas, you know, goals going forward, like we're saying about setting some goals for the week ahead. If you have an idea that you think's amazing, then definitely set some goals around that and work on achieving it. But you're not going to get these amazing ideas if you've got all these thoughts going around in your head and you're worrying about this, worrying about that. Get it out by journaling. It's powerful, and it will, as I said, it frees up that mental space so that you can have that clarity to move forward with the things that you want to do. Okay. And what is the fifth thing that highly productive people do to be successful? Guys, I'm getting really tongue-tied today. I don't know what's going on, but bear with me. Okay, what is the fifth thing that highly productive people do to be successful? The fifth thing, guys, is reading. Okay, reading is really amazing because for a number of reasons. Because number one, if you read things like biographies of the people who you aspire to be like, what you will learn are things that they've done to get where they are. You will learn about the mistakes that they made so that you don't have to make those mistakes, okay? So by reading those types of books, you get to learn from the people who went before you, and, you know, you kind of shortcut the process to success, because as I said, you learn from their mistakes, you learn about what worked for them, and you can try those things. So by reading autobiographies and stuff like that, that's great. Also, reading is great for expanding our knowledge and building up our knowledge and expanding our vocabulary. So what I'd like to do is, because what I noticed with me was that reading was something that I struggled with. Like, I'd start a book and I just wouldn't get to the end of it. So if you know that you're not really a great reader, don't go starting with a book that's thick like this, okay? Because you're going to start it and you're not going to finish it if you know that you're not a great reader. Start with something that's just small like this, you know, a little thin book that you can kind of, you know, you're going to finish that book, and then start to build up to the bigger, thicker books, okay? But reading is great because, as I said, it helps us to build up our knowledge. It kind of like compounds our knowledge and stacks it up, and also helps us to expand our vocabulary. So I find the books that have been great for me have been like self-development books, self-care books, business books, stuff like that, that help you to be more productive and help us to work towards our success, okay? So guys, those are the 5 things that highly productive people do on a Sunday that help them to be more successful. Now, you don't have to take all day to do this. I would say 10 or 15, 20 minutes for each one is more than enough. And all in all, it's going to take you about an hour and a half. That's it. And then for the rest of your Sunday, you can just go off and do whatever you want to do. You know you've planned for the week ahead. You know what goals you've set for the week ahead. You know, you're going forward. The thing about reading as well, let me get this in about reading, because sometimes with reading, you know, with the way that life is so fast nowadays, sometimes I struggle to get to read every day. I would love to be able to read every day, but I do struggle to read every day. So what I do is I plan some time over the weekend where I know I can sit down with a book and at least read at least 5 pages, okay? If you can get to read 5 pages every day, then please go ahead and do that. I encourage you to do that. If you can't, then just schedule some time out on the weekend. Excuse me, my other phone's going off. Schedule some time out on the weekend where you know you're going to get to read, because it just helps you, as I said, to be more knowledgeable. expands your vocabulary and just builds you up as a person. So those are the 5 things I want to share with you guys. I hope you got something from this. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if you found that it was helpful. Let me know in the comments anything else in the future you'd like me to share with you. Do you want to know about stuff about mindset, self-care stuff? If you like this productivity type information and videos, let me know. I like to touch on it all. You know, in this group, it's all about creating that freedom in our life and becoming the best version of ourselves. So we want to do that, become the best versions of ourselves. We want to create that freedom by earning a certain income that will allow us to have certain experiences that we want to have in life, and free up that time so we can spend that time with family, friends, traveling, whatever it is we want to do. Yeah, that's what we're all about in this group, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope to see you all soon. Let me see if I can see who this is that's jumped on with me. They haven't left any comments. I can't see who you are, but thank you for joining me anyway. And I will catch up with you all soon. Take care. Bye.